a world-first lipless crankbait system featuring patented Autotune technology. So these may look very similar in the packaging, but don't be fooled, they're completely different. The Swimtrex swims on the sink. The Swimtrex Max has maximum vibration, clears grass like crazy, and the Vertrex Max is actually a soft TPE material, and it's soft and silent. So there's a huge range of different features, there's different ways to fish these things, and I want to show you through some of the underwater stuff here, some of the technical details, some of the patented technology about what makes all of these different, but also how they cover pretty much every situation where you're going to fish a lipless crankbait. So the test tank at our R&D facility has been set up so we can analyse the action on every single prototype that we make. Everything comes through here, gets tested in the test tank from a prototype to a finished product. Now, I've got the Swimtrex here. This one is incredibly unique with the swimming on the sink action. Now, you can see it in the tank here. It gets me excited just to watch it in the tank here, even though it's been, it's been under development for a while. But that swimming action, when I let it drop, it's just unique. There's no other lure out there that has that action when it sinks. Now, I think it makes it particularly effective for a yo-yo style technique. Cast it out, let it sink down. So when it's sinking, it's actually swimming on the sink. Totally unique. The fish haven't seen anything that does that. When you lift it, it vibrates. So you can use it on a long cast and you can burn it, or you can do that yo-yo retrieve. Now, the thing that makes the Swimtrex really unique and allows it to actually have this really cool swimming action is a combination of the patented Autotune technology. Now, the Autotune technology was developed for a whole another range of baits, the DTX minnows, and we've figured out that if we put it on the top of a lipless crank, it gives it more freedom of movement. So it's the combination of the body shape and the Autotune on top that gives it this swimming action. And I want to show you what this body shape is and how it's different to, say, the Swimtrex Max and the Vertrex Max. So I'm going to grab these other baits, just give you a quick rundown. So the Swimtrex is totally different to the Swimtrex Max. I've got the Max on this side and the Swimtrex on this side. You can see the body profile is completely different. The Swimtrex has a much fatter head and it's got a really narrow kind of V-shaped belly. It's also got this concave curve in the side, and it's the combination of the body shape and the Autotune system on top that creates this swimming action and really just allows it to do something that no other bait does. So the Swimtrex Max is totally different to the Swimtrex. It's got crazy vibration, and it comes from the combination of the body shape and the Autotune on top. Now, we use the test tank a lot to figure out how to get the vibration out of this, and the cool thing with the Vertrex is that you'll get huge vibration at slow speeds, and then if you want to speed it up and you really want to burn it, the amount of vibration you get out of it is really like nothing else you've ever fished. Now, we've tested this with a lot of our pros. So Gerald Sporer works with us to, really test a lot of these. We've got Greg DePalma, we've got a whole bunch of guys that work with us in the field. One of the things that Gerald found really effective about the Swimtrex Max and the vibration is that it clears grass like nothing else. He said that he can bomb out a long cast and he can fish it shallow, or he can fish it deep, and he thinks it's because of the Autotune system and the vibration, but it just goes through cover like no other lipless crankbait. And you can see in the tank here, like the amount of vibration when when you compare it to other lipless baits and when you compare it to the other baits in the Power Trio, the amount of vibration is just crazy. You can feel it in the rod, you can see it, and it's the real deal. So that's really what gets the bites. It's what attracts attention from the fish, and the fact that you can fish it fast or slow just means that it's so versatile. So the Swimtrex Max is the most versatile lure in the Power Trio. It's been designed to be heavy because we wanted it to be able to cast a long distance, but because of the position of the tow point on top, it means you can still fish it shallow. So to have a heavy lipless that you can cast a long distance, but you can still fish it either shallow or deep, it means that you've only got to have one rod sitting on the deck, and you've got a lipless on that rod that can really cover every situation from 3 feet down to 20 feet. And that's a pretty powerful thing. So soft and silent is the third in the power trio. This one's called the Vertrex Max, and it's made out of soft TPE material. And as you can see, it's got a little tail profile on it. Now, this one's different to the Swimtrex Max, being a hard bait with the Autotune. This has no Autotune, and obviously it's soft. Now, the cool thing about this is that you've got the see-through sort of body profile in some of the colours, but the fact that it's soft gives it quite a different action to the hard one with the Autotune. So what this does is it's probably a little bit less vibration, so it's kind of in the middle between the Swimtrex and the Swimtrex Max, and this one actually runs a little bit deeper. So if you just cast this out, give it a straight wind, it's actually going to run deeper at the same speed than the Swimtrex Max will run. Now what that allows you to do obviously is either fish a slightly deeper grass bed, fish different areas, and it also has the different body profile. So sometimes just that little bit less vibration, it's obviously not making a noise. This one hasn't got any internal rattles like the other two do. It's silent. The fish kind of get that reaction bite. They haven't heard it coming, and they see a little bit of a different profile to what they've seen before. So it works really well in a whole bunch of different situations, and it fits perfectly in the mid-range of the power trio with that mid-level vibration. So the details really matter with the power trio and with lure design in general. I spent a lot of time, nearly 20 years, doing fishing charters, and all we did was use lures. I got to spend a lot of time watching the way that fish hit lures and how they respond to certain things, and the details matter. The way that the lure moves in the water really impacts the way that the fish bite the lure and how aggressively they bite the lure. So with the power trio, the details matter. The Swimtrex and the Swimtrex Max have got the Autotune system. Now the Autotune system is our patented technology that's come from the DTX minnows in the saltwater world, but the application to the freshwater world and to lipless crankbaits is in the swimming action and the vibration that you get out of these baits. So the tow point on the Swimtrex, for example, that swims on the sink, is further towards the head. The tow point on the Max is further back on the body. Now this achieves really different things out of the same technology. The body shape is different on the Swimtrex as well, so it's the combination of the technology with the body shape and the position of the tow point that makes a difference. So we spend a lot of time in the tank, in the water, watching how fish eat these things and watching the action of these specifically to try and get it just right and to fine tune every little detail. So the Autotune system towards the head here means that basically this just gets a better swimming action when it sinks. We tested all sorts of different tow point locations, and that's the best spot to get the most swimming action and still to allow it to vibrate when you lift it. Whereas the Max is much further back on the body, and what that does with the Max is it allows it to fish shallow but also fish deep. The Max has been designed so that it's a heavier body design, and what you can see here is that the Max is actually the complete opposite body design of the standard Swimtrex. Swimtrex is basically a fatter head section and a really skinny belly to allow the swimming action. The Max is the opposite. It's actually skinnier on top and just slightly fatter in the belly. All of those things are done to design to basically create extra vibration. So the Autotune system allows more freedom of movement for vibration. The body shape is all about maximum vibration. So that tow point up the top plus the body shape on this one gives you maximum vibration. The tow point location and the body shape on the other one, completely different action, completely different outcome that we're looking for. Now the third one in the power trio is the Vertrex Max. Now the details on this that really make a difference are the position of the lead weight in the belly. You can see the design of the Vertrex Max, it's got a very specific lead shape in the belly. That's been designed so that this bait sinks level. So this one doesn't swim when it sinks perfectly level. So some of these style of baits historically have like spun as they sink, or they don't sink level. So sinking level is really important when you want to fish that yo-yo technique. It's really important for just a natural presentation. So the Vertrex Max has been designed so that it sits pretty much exactly between the other two baits in the range in terms of vibration. So it's soft and silent, it's got a medium amount of vibration, it's got a different body profile. So all of these things have been done very deliberately to create a system where you've got a bait that really covers every fishing situation. Whatever you're looking at on the water, you can say, hey, there's a certain bait in the power trio that's going to do what I need a lipless to do.